Yeah. Yeah. From the BX they rise, the kings of the screen. Nick and Lou with a mic, that's me. Dropping truth like a slam hits the mat. Wrestling is trash, but they spitting the facts. Wrestling is trash, that's the way they speak. BX flair every day of the week. Laying it down with a hardcore flow. Nick and Lou bring the real on the show. Cheers to the dome, they ain't holding back. Lyrical suplex with a rhythm attack. Fake or not, Nick and Lou gon' tell the highs, the lows, and the stories they sell. Wrestling is trash, that's the way they speak. BX flair every day of the week. Laying it down with a hardcore flow. Nick and Lou bring the real on the show. Pipe bombs drop while the truth unfolds. Tag team champs with the podcast gold. Classic vibes like a dusty ring bell. BX roots, wrestle stories they tell. From the lucha libre straight to the cage. Legends they honor with a voice like rage. Nick and Lou, they ain't here to play. On this mic, it's mayhem every day. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the most sporadic wrestling podcast on YouTube, Wrestling is Trash, episode number 188. I, of course, am your co-host of this podcast, Lou from the BX, host of the Everything Podcast, co-host of Wrestling is Trash. And to my right, it looks like to my right, I'm going to allow him to introduce himself for
What
himself.
up, everybody? Nick Anicelli. We're finally back after a long hiatus, but a good hiatus. Not in a way as like anything, but we've been busy doing good things, being busy, living in the world. But we're glad to be back. There's a lot to talk about.
Oof.
We have no script. We got nothing. We're just going to shoot from the hip. But how's everything with you, homie?
Why? Why would we have notes? Why? For what reason? There's no reason. So, guys, we've been away for a while, and lots of stuff has happened in wrestling. We're not going to sit here and go over the past 6-8 months or something that we haven't recorded. We're not about to do all that. But what I thought we could do is kind of relaunch ourselves. We want to get back to recording on the regular. It's just that, life does get in the way. Things happen. People have babies. People move. People do things. So it's kind of sometimes difficult to get on the right page, but we want to kind of get back to our roots and kind of explain to everyone who might be new to this or who might be coming back and kind of forgot what we're about. Kind of like to go over little things that this podcast is kind of about. So this episode is just kind of going to be us reintroducing. We'll talk some wrestling. We'll go over some of the stuff that we're about and kind of relaunch ourselves to you so that we can get back to what we're doing. If you noticed, of course, at the beginning, we have a brand new theme. I think it's great. I've been listening to it for like the past 2 weeks when we finally got it. So the video may change here and there, but it's definitely going to be shorter. You're not going to have to sit through that for the whole, every time you watch this show. So need not worry about that. But Nick, talk to me, bro. I know you like to keep it short and sporadic, but how have you been? What's going on? What's new? What are you watching? What are you doing?
Nah, man, life's good. The baby's already 8 months, which is kind of crazy to think about. Yeah, wow. Crazy to think about already. She's 8 months, starting to crawl, just all that. Said our first word, mama. So the old lady won that one. She won that one. No, but that just work, same old. Watching my Celtics get their ass kicked by your Knicks. We'll see if there's a 3-0 deficit today, or maybe some life in Boston. And then, to be honest, besides watching wrestling, I don't know if you've ever watched this good show. It's on Netflix. A lot of episodes, a few seasons. You ever watch White Collar?
You know what? Isn't that coming back, or is that Suits? Suits is coming back,
Suits,
right?
so funny you say Suits. I don't know if you watch Suits, but they made a second one, like you just said, one season called Suits LA, and it already got kinked. Like they're not doing a season 2. So I'm assuming, I think it was on regular TV too, but for sure Peacock. So like everything, it's a numbers game, and I'm assuming they didn't have good numbers. But the original Suits was great. I don't know if you watched that.
Yeah, I watched some of it. I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched it sporadically, so I didn't get to like the whole experience. But I know I felt like that show was on forever.
Yeah, so I remember watching Raw back in the day, and you would see like the advertisements for it and everything. And then right before I go back from Australia, like almost 2 years ago or whatever, Jenna was like, "Oh, we should try Suits." And a bunch of people I was with were watching. I'm like, "Yeah, fuck it." And it was a great, great show.
Yeah.
But of course, new show, it Suits LA, so they don't have any of the OG people. So it was kind of doomed, to be honest.
That's probably what I saw, because I know I saw something about it was coming back, but
and
cool,
then
man.
I'm pretty sure you watched it and we talked about it. I don't know if we've talked about it since we recorded, but did you watch Penguin? You watched Penguin, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
That was great.
100%.
That was great.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and then we're still lacking. We're gonna have to try to find a way to stream it because whatever, but I still haven't, and I'm dying to somehow maybe this weekend watch Sinners. I still haven't seen it, dude. And we were talking, people I'm friends with on social media who like never post about movies, or just people in like different demographics, I guess you would say, of my life, all have talked about it, and I haven't heard a single bad word. And you said like, "Yo, you guys have to see it. It's right up your alley."
What is that?
The Sinners.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a big topic of discussion online now. Now there's like a whole subset of people who want to bring that movie down. There's the people who are like, "Oh, you guys hyped this movie up too much." Bro, it's just a good movie. It's not like don't go expecting an Oscar winning film that's going to change the landscape of cinema. Like, it was a fucking really great movie. Like, it was a great fun movie. And like, I don't know, people always seem to love to try to pick things apart, and like they want to be the different one to have the different opinion. And I don't know. I enjoyed the shit out of that movie. Everyone in the theater enjoyed it.
Better than Havoc. Is that the movie you just watched? That was terrible. That was terrible.
So since we're gonna segue into that, me and my girlfriend have been watching old shit. So right now we're watching Prison Break. I watched Prison Break when it came out. Like every week, I was like, glued in front of the TV watching that show. So it's kind of cool to go back. That show's almost 20 years old. Like, yeah, that shit came out in 2006. So, like, we've been watching it, and man, what a great show! Like, that is such a great show, dude. It's so good. Like, I thought that when I originally watched it, I kind of felt like season 3 fell off a little bit, and there was some stuff that happened during that show, like the writer's strike. And they cut a bunch of episodes from like I believe it was like season 3 was supposed to be like 24 episodes, and it was only like 13. But anyway, the show's phenomenal, and it's like been really fun to go back and watch that show. But we were flipping through shows yesterday because we were both off last night. And like I said, she's not feeling too well. So we're like, let's get some pizza. Let's get some Mango Cart. Not an ad. Not an ad, but this is the greatest beer ever.
I've had
so good. Like, let's get some beers, get some pizza, let's watch a movie. So I was flicking through Netflix the other day, and I see Tom Hardy. I clicked play. Like, Tom Hardy.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah. So I saw this thing that said Havoc, and it had his picture on it, and this was like 2 weeks ago. And I was like, oh, let's watch this. And it said coming soon. So I was like, I didn't know that was a thing that Netflix did, because I just got back into Netflix.
Yeah, they have like a watch list you can add to your watch list, and it says what's upcoming. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, cool. It said hit reminder. I put hit reminder. And then yesterday I was like, oh, let's watch this right now. Dude, horrendous movie. Horrendous. Okay. It was awful. Like, the guy who made you ever seen the movies The Raid? Like The Raid 1 and 2? The director's name is Gareth something. It's like just a big action shooting. It's all the movie is, but the way the action is done is like very good. So a lot of people are fans of that film. So he directed this movie, and I guess he tried to do the same style, but it's just like it's so horrendously bad. The acting is so bad. The beginning sequence is like all CGI and it's like bad CGI. So like it just I can't even explain how bad it was. It actually was. Like the acting is not good. The effects in the beginning, you kind of got to get over that. But it's just like it's just shooting. Like they shoot people in this movie, and they don't just shoot them once; they shoot them like 27 times. And it gets to a point where it's like comical. Like everyone's getting shot, and they're just like
unloading a full clip.
I'm like, okay, dude. Like I get it. Like how many times you have to shoot someone before they die? Like
Yeah.
there's one scene because the dude, I forget his name, but the dude, you ever watch that show? Shit, it was on FX. It was damn it, he was like the lawman on. It was on FX. I forgot the name of it. Shit, I can't remember the name of the goddamn show. Fuck, I hate when that happens.
They'll hit you
whatever.
later.
I'll remember it later in the show at some point. There's a scene where he shoots somebody, right? He shoots him like 27 times with a fucking AK-47, and then the dude falls on the floor. And then he has the nerve to walk up to them and give him one more kill shot like in the head. And I'm like, bro, you just shot this motherfucker 27 times. He's dead. Like, what are we doing?
Fun.
Horrible, bro. Horrible.
So speaking of like action movie, but also wrestling, I guess to maybe do the full transition. So on the flight yesterday back to Cali, I watched Killer Game, the new Batista movie that came out. Did you see that or the trailer or anything?
Okay, so
and Drew McIntyre's in it.
That's hilarious that you said that because I don't think it's the same movie, but my brother sent me a message yesterday. He's like, have you seen this Batista movie? And let me pull up the picture he sent me. No. So it's called In the Lost Lands.
I never even heard of that one.
Exactly. I was like, what the hell is this?
A wrestling fan of me usually knows when wrestlers come out with movies, right. You know? But yeah, so Killer Game, I won't say like really what it's about because it kind of gives it away, but I remember Batista did an interview, and the reason they got Drew McIntyre is two of the characters are like big Scottish dudes. That's what they were looking for. And Batista was like, I know the perfect guy for this movie. Okay. And he said he called Drew, and Drew was like, yeah, obviously I'll do it. And he fits the role. He doesn't have like an insane amount of words. You know what I mean? He kind of has like the Roman Reigns role in a movie where Roman's in a movie but not really the guy.
Yeah.
But Drew, no shit, kills his character. Cool. But yeah, you should watch it. It's not too long of a movie. It's weird because Batista has like hair in the movie and it's obviously fake. And to me, who's just always known Batista, especially as of late being bald, it's something. Nice. But it's actually a pretty good action movie. He's got a little bit of a story. It's not bad. Like it definitely kept my attention. But I think we've said it on here before. I'm personally a fan of Batista's acting. Like I like.
Yeah, I watched Knock at the Cabin.
Yeah,
I thought that was good. I mean, you know, Shyamalan tends to make his movies a little weird, but I thought Batista was really good in that.
Yeah, like I can't think of many movies. Yeah, I can't think of many movies he's been in where it like maybe
Blade Runner 20. I think it was 2249 or something like that. The Blade Runner movie he was in.
Guardians of the Galaxy, but that's a little
different. And even that zombie movie that was on Netflix.
Like Army of Thieves or whatever the hell. That was good. I liked it. Yeah.
It was a dumb movie, but he was good in it.
That's what I was going to say. I've never seen him in a movie where either the movie, like he sucked. Like the movie might have been good or bad, but like he never did like that.
So a question, since we're talking about wrestlers and movies, this just popped into my head. Not counting people who are starring in the film, what is your favorite wrestling cameo in a movie? If you can think of one, I'll give you mine while you think of yours because that's kind of
say unfair. Yours so I can kind of. So you're saying like it can't be like the
like a cameo, just like a random cameo, or maybe that's like a kind of like a not like a guest spot, but like you just see a wrestler in a movie, like he's playing a bodyguard or something like that. Yeah. So for me, I don't know if it's my favorite, but one of my favorites is in John Wick when Kevin Nash is the doorman and John Wick comes up behind him. Yeah, because the reason I love that is because I was so unexpected. I was like, that's Kevin Nash. I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck is Kevin Nash doing in this movie?
One that comes to me is Grown Ups 2 with Stone Cold. And like Adam Sandler, like I think he beats the shit out of Stone Cold in it.
Oh shit, I've never seen that.
Yeah, it's like a comedy, like Grown Ups 2. Yeah, so Stone Cold Steve. Have you seen the first one?
No, I've heard of the movies. I've never seen them.
Oh, yeah, they're your typical like family comedy movies.
Yeah.
But in the second one, as kids, Stone Cold, I guess, was the bully. and like Adam Sandler sticks up to him. So it's really funny just think like Adam Sandler
Wow.
sticking up. Yeah, it's funny. Like Stone Cold's funny in it. That or Kevin Nash actually in Gridiron Gang. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
They put like the estrogen and stuff in his pills, and he's So yeah, I thought that was another good one too. I could think more. I'm one of those weirdos.
Kevin Nash actually has a couple of those. He was in The Punisher. He played the Russian in that Punisher
Yeah.
movie with the one that came out in 2000.
Yeah.
And he also did. He was Super Shredder in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles too.
Yeah, he's actually done a bunch of movies to my knowledge.
You can't tell it's him because he's in that freaking armor, but that's actually Kevin Nash.
Kind of like Samoa Joe with what he's doing right now.
You know, that Samoa Joe shit gets on my nerves. Like the one thing Samoa Joe is known for, if he's not known for his in-ring, is his wrestling and his promo. And they don't let him use his voice as when he's playing this character. Like that's annoying, bro. That's super annoying. I get why they do that.
Is like as the actor, like you go there and you don't talk.
Like I get why they have the other guy there because he's super famous, but it's like, really, bro? You can't let Samoa Joe do Sweet Tooth voice? Like,
like is it that serious?
I think he would kill it. I think he would kill it in that shit. But
yeah, I would say. Yeah, I would say that. That's some, and then John Cena was pretty. Oh no, he was actually in that movie. I forgot what it was called. It was like one of his early movies, in like 2015, Trainwreck.
Oh yeah, the drug dealer thing. Yeah, he was funny in that.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Cena's acting too, for the most part.
Well, let's slow down there, buddy, because I when he first started acting, I was like, yo, I want to see these movies because I saw that trailer for was that shit called 12 Rounds? The first movie that he did,
or like 16 rounds, something like that. Yeah.
I think it was called 12 Rounds or something. And I was like, I saw the trailer and I was like, yo, this looks good. And then when I watched it, I was like, okay, the acting is not great. I did enjoy the movie though when I saw it at the time.
I like him in comedy.
I wonder what that's like to watch now.
I like him in comedies. Like, did you see Ricky Stenicki?
No.
Or whatever. That was pretty funny. He was pretty funny in Cockblockers. Like, I think he's I think he's in what, Fast 10 and Fast 9. He's like the main bad guy. And like, he wasn't bad, but like, I don't know. I think it's hard because I'm always going to look at like Fruity Pebble John Cena.
Right. It's kind of hard. I got to catch up on those Fast and Furious movies because I think the last one that I saw was like 7 or.
I'm one of them, dude. I get it. They're so unrealistic.
But at this point, it is what it is. Like, they're entertaining. Yeah. Like,
so the last one, Fast 10 was pretty good. The one with Jason Momoa, that was actually really good in my opinion.
Yeah, so I think I didn't see the one with Cena and Vin Diesel. I saw the one before that. I can't remember if that's 7 or 8. It's probably 8.
Well, I think it's 8. John Cena was in 9, so 8.
Okay, so I probably saw 8.
Yeah,
that's probably the last one.
Called like the Fate of the Furious. But yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's just like, come on, dude. That shit started off with like street racing, and now they're driving their car through buildings and off mountaintops.
Yeah.
You know what they should do? What I've been saying this forever. They should just take Transformers and fucking Fast and Furious and cross them over, and just have Vin Diesel driving fucking Hot Rod or Jazz. Like, just why not, bro? These people are already superheroes as it is with the shit that they do. Like,
yeah.
What's that one scene where Vin Diesel grabs like the crane, the freaking crane rope, and he through the glass thing, and he's flying through. I'm like, bro, come on, guy. Like,
what
the fuck are we doing, bro?
So I guess on this topic and to do the transition, I'm gonna hit you with it. I'm gonna give my thoughts first, though, if you don't mind. But I'm gonna speak on the John Cena heel turn. I feel that's like a big thing we could talk about.
That's a good place to start. So
I'm sure everyone knows about it, so I'm not going to explain what happened. But off Elimination Chamber, you and I were both like, yo, this is awesome. This is awesome. Cena working with The Rock. I'm a Travis Scott music fan personally, and I was like, I kind of see what they're doing there. So I wasn't turned off to it. I could see why the average fan of not Travis Scott is like, all right, why is this guy kind of part of the John Cena heel turn? Totally understand that. And then Rock was nowhere to be found. And then the promos, for the most part, leading up to Mania from Cena, like, weren't bad. I kind of wish he ditched the whole, like, shirt gimmick thing. But I also get it because they're going to make an insane amount of money. And that, if you don't know by now, that's really all they care about. And like that's their angle. And then the match at Mania just sucked. And then Travis Scott coming out and taking like 8,000 years to get to the ring, first off. And then just the way it just went down, like it wasn't good. And then I think we texted about it, but Rock, like instantly, like Monday or I think Tuesday was on McAfee show, kind of making it like, yo, I really didn't have a part in this. Like my part was pretty much, which I kind of agree, but at the same time I don't, because Rock should know better. How are you going to show up in this? And then he said, like, yo, that was all I was supposed to do. Cena and Cody could take the story from there, which they should have. But, like, dude, you're The Rock. And you did so good with him, in my opinion. And I think you were a fan of it, of the final boss last year.
Oh, yeah.
People were really excited to see Cena and the final boss together, even if it was just at Mania, like Rock came out. You know? And it was cool seeing Cena win, right? The 17th time. Like, that is cool. Like, there are the people online like, no, Ric Flair is like a 19-time champion. I don't get into all that. I really don't give a fuck that much. Yeah, I don't care. That's like the heads that just don't want to see, I guess, WWE do good, which that really isn't a WWE thing. It's more of a Cena thing. But, yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm looking forward to Cena and Orton tonight, but I kind of went on a rant there. Essentially, I think just like everyone, and I think you were too, but I obviously want to hear your thoughts. The Rock not showing up was like the real kick in the nuts. Like they could have done that better, even with Travis Scott. Like if Travis Scott just ran in and slapped Cody instead of doing a whole 3-minute entrance, and then, or looking back at it, in my opinion, they should have done the heel turn at Mania. If they knew The Rock wasn't going to be a thing, because Rock said the reason he went to Elimination Chamber is because Ari, the head dude of TKO, was like, hey, ticket sales aren't good, which they were. And then he called for The Rock to pretty much be at Chamber. And then that's when that all decided, well, why don't – because I don't know if you heard, Rock wanted Cena. I mean, Rock wanted Cody to turn heel, not Cena. So it seemed like, I think – and then I'll finish off with this because I don't know how much of it you know what I'm saying. I kind of low-key think there's definitely a clash of heads with the TKO people, and I'm putting The Rock in that category, and like Triple H. Because it seems like when The Rock touches things, it's either good or it's bad. Because I'm not going to sit here and say Triple H is the best booker in the world, blah, 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 but like, I think it's known. We can all say
SmackDown. Just watching SmackDown will tell you he's not.
Yeah. But I think we can say at the end of the day, and like I said, just like I'll say the same thing about Tony Khan. He doesn't do everything perfect, but you can both say they're both confident bookers at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And but I don't know. What was your take on the whole? And we know you liked the heel turn, but I guess everything else, like how it transpired to where we kind of are now.
Yeah, the actual heel turn itself was great. Like unexpected when he's hugging Cody and then he looks at The Rock and he just makes that face.
Yeah, that smug square
It
face.
just was like, yo, it finally happened, you know? And it was cool the way they executed it. The Rock standing there, Cody just beating the shit out of John, just beating the shit out of Cody, choking him out, hitting him with the belt. The whole thing was great. Fantastic. I was like, okay, I personally have not been watching Monday Night Raw or SmackDown like that. I just catch the highlights, so I'm informed about what's going on. But after that, I was like, I gotta watch Raw. I gotta know why these guys are doing this. And then just John comes out by himself. And it's like he cut, I don't know if on the first night he cut that promo on the fans. Was that the first night when he explained it? The first promo that he cut when he finally was quote unquote explaining things, was it he was saying the fans?
Yeah, he was blaming the fans.
Disappointed me, and they did that. And I was like, okay, well, cool, but what is The Rock's role in this? What is going on? And it's just weird to me that
The Rock?
It's weird to me that The Rock came out and he kind of does all this shit, but and then disappears. Yeah, he disappears. So it's like, are you guys what? Like, no. Why did you turn on Cody with The Rock there? Like, it seemed like The Rock was giving you permission, so it kind of seems like there was a thing there. So why are you not even mentioning The Rock? Like, why is it there's no mention of it at all? And I think he kind of made up a little bit of ground with the I'm going to destroy wrestling thing, which was interesting, But then he followed it up with, I'm just going to take the belt and leave. And I'm like, well, I thought he was actually going to like do something like maybe destroy the belt, or you don't want to lock the belt in some kind of a case or something, because then you're going to kind of parallel the shitty angle that's going on in AEW right now with their title. But I thought he was going to do something more like, I don't know, like if you say you're going to destroy pro wrestling, that's interesting. That's like intriguing. And I was like, okay, what do you mean by that? Like, what are you going to do? So I thought he was going to do something kind of like where you change the belt out into something else, maybe bring the spinner back, or do something like belt related. There were rumors that there was a new belt coming, so I thought maybe they were going to do something like that. But it just kind of, to me, fell flat a little bit because he's not really. And then the thing with Randy, like, it's cool that he's feuding with Randy. Everybody loves Randy Orton, but I don't know. It's just what you said also with his ring attire. It's like I was kind of, when someone turns heel, usually someone who's like a fan friendly type of character. Well, back in the day, they come out with their singlet and their wrestling stuff. Usually when they turn heel, then they come out with like a suit. Like, remember when Kevin Owens did that shit?
Yeah, when he was the face of America.
Shirts and the tie highs and all that shit, and then he just comes out in a suit, and you're like, what? Like, I thought he was going to do something like that.
Yeah, and the easiest way you could have sold it if you weren't going to change his attire, be like, see, you guys are idiots. You guys all boo me and hate me, but half of you are here wearing my Last Time Is Now shirt in Cincinnati, Ohio. Yeah. Like, they didn't even do that.
He kind of touches on that a little bit when he does like, he says shit like that. He goes, you guys make it so easy. But he should lean into that more. He should be like, look, a lot of you were expecting me to ditch my jorts, and I still come out here. You still buy my shirt. I'm still making money off of you, even though I'm telling you suck. Like, he could lean into that a little more. It would make more sense.
Yeah, I think that's one of WWE's bigger problems, is they have these great moments like that, and they're so great sometimes that they set themselves up for failure when it comes to the follow-up.
All we care about is viral moments. Shout out to Killer Cross.
Yep.
Friend of the show.
He's been on a roll.
Hopefully one day.
So it's funny. That's what I was going to actually transition to next. Like, because I know we're going to talk about both sides of the house. For us, at least, for those who are newer, we don't really talk about WWE and AEW. Is I want to kind of like, so since I'm going to just say since 2025, people that I've really invested in and like, and you can see they're kind of behind, is Cross is one. They're obviously behind them. They're not letting him drop all this shit and all that if they're not behind them.
Right.
I've loved the presentations, because we haven't gone on live since, of Penta and Phoenix. I thought they're really cool.
I don't want to interrupt you, but I was just kind of like,
no, go.
Penta comes out and he gets that giant, super pop presentation, comes out, wins his opening match. And then Rey Fenix, and I know Rey Fenix was inserted into that match at WrestleMania. I guess you can say like, hey man, he got a WrestleMania match out the gate. You can look at it
3 weeks in. Yeah.
But for him to lose his debut match.
So being there, because that's the night I was there. And
Nick was at WrestleMania.
So obviously you always want to see Rey Mysterio, right? Because he's a legend. But I've seen Rey Fenix live in AEW, but obviously not in WWE. Only like a handful of people have, because he's so new. So when he got inserted, I wasn't really bummed out, because like, oh, cool, like I get to see Rey. But yeah, I agree. But it made me think that I think Rey was going to lose to El Grande Americano, who's definitely not Chad Gable.
Sure. Rey Mysterio don't do nothing but lose anyway.
Yeah, so he definitely wasn't going to El Grande wasn't going to lose.
Who? What do you mean Chad Gable? Yeah, Chad Gable wasn't at WrestleMania.
Yeah, and it was cool. And then I've liked the rise of Jey Uso. I know this title run's not going to be long. It was cool. But, dude, I will say that entrance at Mania, he got one. Like, I'll nitpick, because I watched it back the next day, was way too long. It was like 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes. But
yeah, when
way down.
When they showed him and he was like all up in the freaking the
Middle
top
section.
of the
He was
thing.
in
I'm
the
like,
middle
bro,
sections, dude.
do you know how long it's gonna take for this fool to walk down here, bro?
Yeah, and it was nuts. I will say. Now, granted, I think he would have been over regardless because of the yeet thing and the entrance and the hands. But he was the first thing everyone saw, so it was kind of like, you know what I mean. Anyone who would have came out would have gotten what he got.
Yeah,
but
it's the
that
first
was cool
match.
to
The
see. But
first
yeah, no,
person.
Ray and Penta. You got to think it's only a matter of time till they're the Lucha Bros.
Yeah,
Like with them, I say within by this, which we're pretty much there. But I would say like by SummerSlam, I would assume they're probably, which I think everyone knew was going to come. But that's been cool. Who else has been? Like I said, Karrion Kross. Anyone else really who stood out to you? Naomi, the Naomi heel turn, I've been low key behind.
yeah. Again, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I've been studying the show like that. But Karrion Kross is always.
He's the number one shirt seller, right? What did I send you?
So I did see a report on Twitter, but I don't know if it was accurate or not because I didn't really see it anywhere else. I didn't go look for it either. I just kind of took this post at its word because it had like lots of followers and all that. So, but supposedly Karrion Kross's new shirt was number one merch seller. That's the way to get over. So,
and he's getting over at the right time too because he's in a contract year as well.
Yeah, happy for that dude. I'd love to see him actually be put into the main event area. Like the guy's great, and like he's got great ideas. He can cut a hell of a promo. He's got a tremendous look. And this is why sometimes like I don't. The thing is with WWE, like we get into arguments all the time with some of our friends in our group wrestling chats because it's like you got to understand WWE is not. They don't care about wrestling.
Yeah, they don't.
It's sad to say that, but they don't care about wrestling. And I'm not trying to say that to be derogatory. It's like they care about making money. Mm-hmm. Like they're gonna push the people who are making merch sales. They're gonna push the people that the crowd is like going insane over and buying all their shit. Like those are the people they're gonna push. And like they're not gonna push the best technical wrestler on the roster because if they did, Chad Gable will probably have all the championships. Like,
could you to cut you off real quick? Gunther's probably the only, and Cody. I think Cody can kind of, you know what I mean. But Cody, like Gunther's the only one who's probably not drawing tickets like everyone else. That's at that top level.
Yeah,
right. Because like Cody, Punk, Seth, they obviously all draw.
Yeah, if somebody wanted to counter my point, then that's exactly who they would probably bring up. Is like, well, why?
But he's the only one
champion because he's literally tremendous wrestler. He's not a merch mover. I don't even know if he has a shirt. Does he have a shirt? Do you ever see him?
I'm assuming he had to have one at least, but you don't see him.
He's always wearing a suit and shit. He's never out in like a Gunther shirt.
Nope. And then he comes out in his robe thing.
So I've never seen it. So I don't even know if he has merch. So,
but it's nuts though, man. He's over. Like he's over with the fans too, though. That's the thing.
Yeah,
it's weird. He's kind of like an anomaly.
Yeah. But I mean,
I agree with you.
Cross, I love Penta. I love seeing Penta come over and get his props. Reaction video for Penta's debut, by the way, on the Wrestling is Trash YouTube channel. I'm looking forward to seeing more from Rey Fénix. As far as the women go, it's been pretty cool. I mean, I guess if you want to, we can kind of go into. I was going to say Shayna Baszler, but she's one of my favorites. But she's no longer with the company.
So now that I took us right, because in the moment, like we were kind of texting, it's one of them things where it's like, you hate to see someone lose their job, but like they're going to be fine, and it's like they made a lot of money, so it's not like they're going to be homeless. But it's like once again, you want to see them. The only one looking back at it that really is shocking is Dakota, I think.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, you don't want to see Shayna Baszler because, like, Shayna's, I think, an IWC fan favorite, you would say. I don't think the average fan is really upset.
Yeah, just watch Bloodsport.
Yeah, like, I like Shayna. You know what I mean?
Just watch Bloodsport.
It's not stupid because she's been coaching at the PC. So I don't know if she might go back as, like, one of them, like who was it? Drake Maverick. He got released, and then, like, he stayed, though, as, like, a behind-the-scenes dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure she still wants to go for a little bit. Like, I know she's she's in her early 40s.
Yeah, she's not done. She is not done, bro. Watch Josh Hartnett's Bloodsport, bro.
Yeah, no, she can go.
I just watched it. I finished watching it yesterday because I didn't get a chance to finish it last week. Bro, she's a beast. And the reaction that she gets is phenomenal. It's like she's got love out there. It's just, again, going back to what I said, WWE, they don't care about your wrestling ability, really. They want to know if you can move merch, if you can get over and like move the needle and have your moments.
So let me ask you this question. My friend tried to bring it to me and we never really got an answer. But between He Who Shall Not Be Named and Triple H, who do you think cared more about the in-ring?
Oh, I would say Triple H for sure. But I think it's out of Triple H's hands right now. You got a whole board of directors. You got TKO involved. Like, I don't think Triple H has I don't really feel like he has the say anymore in like that kind of thing. I mean, obviously he's pretty much in charge, but I don't know, man. Supposedly when The Rock comes and he just shows up, they change the whole show because he's like, I got an idea. I'm going to go out there and do it. And he just fucking goes out there and does it.
I think as cool as they are, there has to be some animosity between the two.
Like, how can you do that? Like, how can you just show up on a fucking random Monday and be like, hey guys, what's up? I'm here. Hey, look, I got an idea. I'm going to go out there and do it. And then you go do it and there's no follow-up and they change the show. Like, literally, they cancel a fucking championship match? The women's Intercontinental, like Lyra Valkyria had a match and they canceled her match because he showed up.
One of them. But remember, it's the whole thing like with Bad Blood. Everyone wanted Punk and Drew to main event. Hottest thing inside Hell of a Cell. And then The Rock comes out just to do 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And then, or whatever, however he fucking does it. 1, 2, whatever. And then it went nowhere. Yeah, and then he does that and that goes nowhere. What are you doing, and then bro? It's like, yeah, I don't know. I think he
couldn't just do he had to do
It's nuts. I think you can, it sounds, because obviously The Rock's got an ego. And that's like rightfully so, right? Like, look who the fuck he is. You know what I mean? Like, would you not have an ego? But I think he really only, and I don't think he ever, like, I think he truly loves like wrestling. But like last year going into Mania, granted, I think he already had the time off because he was like, yeah, I'm going to do this thing with Roman. That obviously never happened. But I think when he's invested, he's invested. When he's not, he just kind of wants the spotlight. Because look at him now. Like, Moana 2 is doing great. Like, he's doing great again, movie-wise.
Yeah.
And that movie he just shot, did you see the trailer?
Yeah, that looks good.
Movie?
That looks good.
He looks nothing like him. But then he got a part in a Scorsese movie, too. Like, another big movie. He got, like, a huge role in. So it's kind of like they need him, I think, more than he needs them, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess we'll see. Zelina Vega.
I think it goes both ways, though, because I think, like, when he's not doing well, like when he wasn't doing well after Shazam, after Black Adam kind of flopped or whatever, I enjoyed that movie, but it flopped.
Yeah, I liked it, too, personally.
You can always come back to WWE and always get that pop and always have his fucking goosebump moment and get over. And then you kind of like rebuild your confidence back and shit. And then that's going to go viral anyway. So then he's getting more attention that way from
ESPN
all sides.
Shares it every time.
So it's like he's just going to constantly do that. But I don't know if now he's kind of doing well again in the Hollywood thing. So maybe that's why he's leaning away from everything. But I don't know what's going on between TKO, Triple H, The Rock. I don't know the inner workings and all that shit.
That's not all fine and dandy. No one can convince me it is.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of different, like, look, bro, I don't want it to seem like I'm dumping on WWE because I've already said like a few negative things, but like, I'll be honest with you, I don't like all this shit in the ring. I don't like all this sponsorship shit in the ring. I don't like the fucking Prime bottle containers on the side of the ring. Like, I'm not a big fan of that shit. All the logos and all the shit. Remember when the ring used to just say WWF?
Like, yeah, and that's the WWF logo in the ring. That's the TKO shit.
And that's been happening for a while because remember, like 2 WrestleManias ago, I think it was, or maybe it was 3, when Rey Mysterio had the Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh, and Sol Ruca was in there?
Yeah, it was like a Cinnamon Toast Crunch logos everywhere and all over the ring. And I'm like, I'm trying to watch this Rey Mysterio match, and there's fucking Cinnamon Toast Crunchy little things dancing around everywhere. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Now, that was like pre-TKO.
I think they've made it worse, but I agree with you. with
Yeah,
that.
it's just
Because look at the
it's
UFC.
more like a sports.
Look at the Octagon. The
It's
Octagon.
more like a sports based presentation, which you was gonna happen with them getting with TKO and stuff. And again, I'm an old school, so maybe it's not for me. Maybe the general public doesn't care about that shit. It doesn't matter to them. They just, the thing is, the general public sees it more as sports when you have that stuff in there.
Yeah.
So that's only going to make your business bigger, that's great. More money, bigger crowds, bigger, more sold out arenas. That's cool. It's just for me, aesthetically, it's not pleasing. Like, I don't like it, but I'm in the minority, bro. They're just going to do more of it because it's what's making them billions. So it is what it is at this point. But it's just like when you're a wrestling fan and you're expecting wrestling logic to come from WWE, I think you're mistaken. And that's why I'm glad there's alternatives to watch.
Yeah.
So that you can get that in other places.
Yeah, and like I've said multiple times, I think it's easy for me to turn on like that light switch, right? Like I know when I watch like AEW, I'm not expecting WWE style stuff, and vice versa. Yeah, like obviously you're gonna have in WWE, you're gonna have your occasional very, very good, like that TLC match they had on SmackDown.
Yeah,
like that was insane, right? So like they can do it, but it's just like I think when like if I had to think about it, Triple H obviously has the more experience in like a build, right? So he can build the shit out of something. And that's what they'll do. And then when it's like come for the match, it's like, all right, well, AJ Styles and Rey Mysterio, go talk to the agent, figure it out. But the build was good. Where I feel with Tony Khan, not saying his builds are always bad. You know what I mean? Some are really good. Some there definitely should be more. But then it's like, all right, what are we doing for the match? Let's sit and talk, like all of that. You know what I mean? And then, but I guess we can kind of switch to them. Well, obviously, we're going to hop all over the place, but where do you stand? So All In is coming in July, right? It's the middle of July? July. As of right now, what do you see being the main event?
The All In main event is going to be Will Ospreay and fucking Cowboy, for sure.
You think 100%. So?
1,000%. It has to be the main event. The world title has to be the main event.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, no, wait, I'm sorry. Hold up. So they're having that match at All In, though, right? And then whoever wins that goes for the title?
So that's the double, that's the Owen Hart
Or is that
final.
Or is that in Double or Nothing?
Double or Nothing's the Owen Hart final.
And then whoever wins that goes to All In to wrestle for the title, right?
Will they? Because that's the end of May, and then that's in July. Because I think this Death Riders thing ends at All In.
Yeah, I think whoever wins that match next week, or I think it's in 2 weeks, or Double or Nothing. I think Double or Nothing next week.
Ospreay and Moxley, you thinking?
I feel like it should be Hangman. Hangman is like a AEW original dude.
That title before All In. Is there a show in between Double or Nothing and?
I don't think so. I think it's Double. I think it's Double or Nothing, and then All In.
Because Forbidden Door's in August this year, right? I think.
I looked at it real quick, but so if you're asking me, it should be Hangman, Adam Page, and Moxley for the title, and Hangman should be the one to take it off of. Like, that makes the most sense. Yeah, we'd love to see Will Ospreay get a run, but Hangman should be the one to do that. Like, he's the AEW original. He's the one that's been there. He's been carrying the flag. This whole thing that he's been going through these past few months with Swerve and being bad and being good and being conflicted and not knowing what's going on. And like the whole thing with Christopher Daniels, like all these emotional things that he's gone through.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Leading him to be back to lead the company again. Like, if they want to restore the feeling, like Kenny Omega keeps saying, then that's what they should do. Yeah, it would be great for Will Ospreay to get that, but it would make more sense for it to be Hangman.
No, I agree. And Hangman's just been on a roll, too.
Like, I was shocked when he won that match against Kyle Fletcher. I was shocked. I was like, holy shit, the Hangman is being good to wrestle Ospreay. Like, I thought for sure it was going to be Kyle Fletcher.
That would have been the third match, too, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why I was like, okay, it'll be Kyle Fletcher. Ospreay wins. Ospreay goes on. Okay, I get it. So I'm watching the match, and I'm like, wait a minute, what? Hangman won?
That's going to be a great match.
That was fantastic, dude.
And then what else is announced for Double or Nothing so far?
I believe you got Tony Storm. It's gonna be Mercedes, bro. Mercedes gonna win the All
Oh
In.
yeah, she's gonna win the final.
She's going on. She's gonna wrestle Tony Storm for the title. It's gonna be Mercedes fucking. Oh, she'll be 4 belts again because she lost her belt last night. Apparently, well, not apparently. I watched the match this morning.
So at this rate, who you taking it dethrones her?
Bro, I don't know because I think
I have an insanely hot take.
Ooh.
I hate being this guy. I think you bring Dakota in and have Dakota be the one.
Oh, that would be some shit. That would be really cool.
Well, because she's beating everyone else besides Tony.
Hey, look, so Double or Nothing is May 25th, and All In is July 12th. So there's nothing in between that.
Cool. So they're gonna do a longer build, which is good.
Yeah, they don't have a June pay-per-view.
So yeah, I think you're gonna get Mox in there.
That's fine with me.
I don't know, man. Tony, which rightfully so, we're marks on this show for him, but I definitely think it could be Ospreay and Mox then.
Yeah, of course. I mean, either way. But I'll be honest with you. I would prefer to see Hangman just because to me it makes more sense story-wise.
Day one,
like the story would be tremendous, and I'd love to see Hangman get another run.
I'm trying to think what other big matches would be at All In then.
Yeah, you're gonna have Mercedes Tony Storm for sure.
Yeah, that's gonna be there. Yep, that's gonna be there. Bouse.
Yes,
the CEO and her. So you're gonna have a match for Swerve.
Swerve is wrestling. He's not really feuding with anybody right now. He's kind of involved in the Death Riders thing. So I don't know how that's gonna go.
Oh, I think by then maybe you have MJF and Bobby Lashley.
You could have that, yeah.
Unless
I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if they're gonna do a thing where they bring back the Pinnacle with like FTR and MJF, and then maybe because obviously you're not gonna have Sean Spears there, but they can find someone else. Maybe Wardlow. That'd be a great way to bring Wardlow back.
Yeah, dude, I don't know where he's been. Do you think he's just, as people would say,
off the face of the fucking earth? He like fell off the face of the fucking earth. He's not wrestling in indie promotions. He's not doing anything. He's not talking.
Yeah, but I bet you he's making a lot of money still.
Well, I would assume. But it's like
you have to think he's one that's jumping ship when they shit stuff.
But how do you not use him?
Yeah, so that's one thing. Like we've kind of. This is one thing that I feel is always going to happen in wrestling is you, especially nowadays, right? You're going to bloat. Both companies are going to bloat their rosters because it's like, well, I have Wardlow. I might not use him, but I don't want you to have Wardlow. And it's like, I kind of get it, right? Just kind of like you could do the same thing on the WWE side. Like, hey, I have this guy. I'm not going to let it so he goes over there. But yeah, it's just there's too many. There's just too many.
Yeah, but I mean,
I get it. It's like he's someone like
you gotta get rid of some. Like, okay, we've done that. We do this every fucking episode. Like, Tony, make Ring of Honor its own fucking thing. You already have a streaming app for Ring of Honor. Put the belt. D already did it. You put the belt on Bandito. Great. Bandito's the world champion of Ring of Honor. Awesome. Make that its own thing.
And just let someone else book it.
Bro, get them off of AEW TV. Get those fucking belts off of AEW TV. Make it its own thing again. Then now you can have a roster. You can do like a soft roster split and just have those dudes all be in Ring of Honor. And then you can play like clips of Ring of Honor on your show during commercials. Like, why doesn't he do that either?
Yeah, or even at just like the big pay-per-view every month. You have like the Ring of Honor world title match on the show. No, so you don't even want that. Oh,
they have their own pay-per-views, bro. Like they have their own pay-per-views,
Ring of
their
Honor
own app.
A year.
Yeah, they got their own shit. Like, get that shit. And I like Ring of Honor, but I don't need to see it in. Like, no, you have too many people. So take your Ring of Honor, put it over there, build your own crew there. If you have a breakout star in Ring of Honor that you want to move to AEW, yeah, okay, great. Move one of them over. And then, you still have that whole crew over there doing their thing. And then you can use more, because like, bro, I love Mark Briscoe. Nothing against Mark Briscoe. But why do I have to see Mark Briscoe wrestle every fucking week on Dynamite and Collision? It seems like he has a match every week on each show. He does
wrestle a lot.
And it's like, you can't take one of those matches away from him and give it to like a Wardlow or Miro. Well, he's gone now, but like
Do you
you
think
can't.
do you think it's hard though with someone like a Wardlow and a Rusev, Miro, wherever the fuck you want to call? I guess Rusev again, but because
Mirsev.
yeah, because you can't just have Wardlow on there and losing either, but you don't want to have him on there just getting meaningless wins either.
Well, that's what they did for the longest time. They just had him out there killing people.
Yeah, but it's weird because like when Ricky was there, like it was known there was tension between like him, some of the people, and whatever. Then Penta and Phoenix kind of had their whole little thing, but you never heard like Wardlow's pissed at Tony Khan, so that one is like an unknown.
Like this is the thing with Tony that like I get pissed off. So for the past few months, you've had the trios titles on the Death Riders, right? They never defended them ever. Every once in a while, like every like month, they'd wrestle like fucking Top Flight and Action Andretti or some random person that they throw in there with Top Flight. They beat the shit out of them, and then that's it. But they weren't really defending those titles. So then you get the ops, or as my lovely girlfriend calls them, the oops. you get the ops. They take the belts off of them, and now you have Samoa Joe cutting promos every week about getting a world title shot, and now you're still not defending the trios title. So it's like, bro, what are we doing? Can you have so many people on that roster where you definitely can do a trios division, no problem. No problem with all the people on that goddamn roster. You have plenty of fucking teams that you can do that with. Like, why can't you do, like, if this MJF thing is leading to a reformation of the Pinnacle, cool. But, like, why aren't you already teasing that with, like, FTR? And then, like, why wouldn't you do that? FTR and then Wardlow, bam, with MJF. That's a faction, bro.
Yeah, and I think what this boils down to, and it can go for either side of the house, and this is why cuts are happening and all this, is, like, you don't got to bring in everyone.
Yeah.
As cool as it is, you don't got to bring, like,
look at these cuts that they just did. Dakota Kai, you got Shayna Baszler. I honestly would grab Shayna, and it's just bias because, you know, I love her.
Yeah.
I would grab Shayna Baszler immediately. I would grab Dakota Kai immediately. But you still have all those other people that got released, and they're all good. Do you bring all of them? You can't bring all of them. Like, you can't.
And then it sucks because then it brings down what you have, though, because that means someone's taking a back seat, right? Like, if you bring in, say, Dakota and Shayna, that probably means, like, Sky Blue's going to fall down. Or,
Anna Jay, Sky Blue, Penelope Ford, all those names,
but here's
they
the
stay
thing,
down.
though, and this is where it's like, I don't think I sound like a dick, but it's like, this is where you have to go the Karrion Kross route and get yourself over.
Yeah.
Or like when LA Knight first got white hot. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you feel bad for these people. And sometimes you can't do shit about it because it's just you against the machine, right? Sometimes you can't. And
look at Athena, bro. We were all hyped that Athena was getting back on Dynamite. She was getting a title match. She was showcased. They brought her out. She fucking lost. We haven't heard a fucking thing from Athena since she lost that match.
Yeah.
Like,
that's why I'm also, like, not a fan of long title reigns.
Yeah.
Because you always have the problem of repeat matches or this person gets called up and then they're kind of done. Like, if it was up to you, now granted you're going to have your times where it's long, but, and I think we've texted, what in your opinion is the ideal length for a title run? We'll say for the main world titles, men's and women.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends on the person and what they're doing with it. Like, I don't mind like a long title reign if it's like making sense and they're defending and they're doing like Roman Reigns. Bro, he was having matches like every 4 months, bro. And it was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Like, how can this guy have what was that 1 year? Was it 2023? He had like 7 title defenses or something in a year.
Yeah, it was that one. Because he pretty much was full time. And then once he did that match with Drew, after that is when you started seeing him like once every couple of months.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
And it's like, that's when it's a little unnecessary. Even if he's not defending, but, bro, you can't fly the dude out to SmackDown for a promo. But, so, what I miss, and Tony does this, and I like this, because this is where people everyone nowadays wants a story. and I don't think everything needs a story. Maybe your men's and women's do world titles, but like the TNT title or like the women's US title or just the like remember back in the day, at least I remember in the Attitude Era, like you would turn on Raw and it'd be a random ass IC title match.
Yeah.
And I like that though. But nowadays everything's got to be a story. Or remember where like Godfather would win the IC title on Raw. Yeah. And like 3 weeks later lose it. Now I'm not saying that should always be the thing, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that though.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I don't think like see how Selena just won the title?
Yeah.
If she lost it in a month, I don't think that'd be the end of the world. Or like if someone beat Adam Cole TNT title and then like bam, like a month later he got it back.
Yeah, but then that's the thing, you can't win because then if you do that on AEW, people are mad. They're like, well, why is this person getting a title match? There's no story. Like,
and I think that's dumb. Like, I think just the world titles need like a story. Like I don't think you should turn on Dynamite this Wednesday and Moxley's randomly defending against Roderick Strong.
Yeah, but then again, that's why I don't understand why they went away from their like scoreboard ranking shit. That's the perfect way to do that. Hey, this guy, guess what? He's got 6 wins in a row. He's fucking 12-2. He's got the best record. He gets a title shot. Yeah, and here's the thing: even if you're doing more title matches with like the mid card, lower titles, and they're not changing hands, that's fine. Anytime you go to a house show, I know AEW only did them for a little bit, but you go to a WWE house show, every weekend Cody Rhodes was defending the title. Yeah. You knew damn well he wasn't losing the title in Louisville, Kentucky on a random Saturday. But they would do that. Remember how they every once in a while they would change the title on a house show and then they would like and that's cool. It on Raw. Yeah. But it's like that. I just think it makes it a little better. Like, I don't know, like if you found out this week whoever was defending the TNT title this week, even if you know Adam Cole's going to win, it's still kind of like, oh, well, it's a title match. Yeah. I don't know. I'm weird about that. I think mid-card titles, like Dominic Mysterio's got the IC title. Like Monday, there should be no reason, like, hey, fuck it. He's defending against, I don't know, someone random on the Raw roster. Yeah, there's no story there, but fuck it. He's the workhorse champion, right? I mean, that's what they do with the open challenge thing. They do that all the time, the open challenge. And see, I like shit like that. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that stuff, but yeah. I feel like you can't always do that with those titles. You got to at least have at some point somebody having a reason why they want that title, which I think they do a good job of that for the most part. But I don't know, man. I get like going back to like the lack of use for some people. It's just like that's another thing too with WWE. Like they keep plucking people from AEW and bringing them back. Like now they have Phoenix, they have Penta, they brought back Malachi Black. Like they have Miro back. I haven't seen Miro since he came out and cut that promo. Oh, he fought last week on Raw. Did he fight? Okay. Well, and again, I'm not even watching, so I don't even know why I'm trying to like comment on that. But it's like watched Otis. you're bringing all these people back. You already have a gigantic roster. You have NXT, which is a gigantic roster on NXT, and you got a lot of people there who are pretty much ready to come up. So it's like you also have a problem there too. So both companies are kind of suffering from the same thing where they kind of both have. You need a third promotion. No, I'm just kidding. I'm telling you, that Vince McMahon promotion, bro, I don't know what happened with that. I don't know why he didn't jump on it. There's plenty of talent out there. I'm sure they'd love to work for him. Yeah, I just think that's going to be. Did you see that Hulk Hogan? Eric, I like heard about it, but obviously I paid it no mind. So did you see that he's starting a wrestling promotion with him and Bischoff and some random guy? But it's like real wrestling, like actual like gym wrestling, like Brock Lesnar college wrestling. Yeah, like college real wrestling. But it's gonna have like a kind of UFC presentation to it, I think. So I don't know, bro. Unless they have someone really, Hulk Hogan. Unless they have a very big name on that roster. Yeah, Hogan is not exactly the most popular person in the world right now. So you saw what Becky said. People. You hear what Becky said about Hogan? Yeah. Shelton Benjamin too went in. Yeah. So wait, so that's a question I wanted to ask you actually. So you could argue both companies. Like the Mercedeses, the Beckys, the Charlottes, Bailey, like the Four Horsemen. They've been doing this thing for a minute.
Like, they've both been on main rosters for 10 years. And it's like people, in a way, kind of want to see them go. Not in like a rude way, but it's like, all right, now let's do the, the friggin' just the young girls in general in both companies. You want to see them kind of move up. And Becky's like, yo, I kind of find that fucked up because, like, then look at the main event of WrestleMania, both nights. Everyone was in their 40s.
Yeah.
But it's like on the women's side, it's like, yo, I'm over Becky, I'm over Mercedes. We want to see like Arlie Cameron, or we want to see Tiffany.
Yeah, but these people, you gotta like see where that's coming from and who it is that's saying those kind of things. Because it's like Becky Lynch comes out, she gets a gigantic pop from the crowds that are there. So who is it that you're taking these complaints from? Because if you're listening to the internet, forget about the internet, bro. Be at the internet. Those people,
like we always say, they're this small of the actual.
They're like infinitesimal. And you would think that their opinions are the opinions when you're scrolling through Twitter. Like, no one cares about what they care, what they want.
And I guess it's like, because I see it more on TikTok. And that's why I unfollowed and new words and stuff. But some people like get very upset when WWE does things and AEW does this, and it's like, why are you wasting your energy? That's just how I look at it. Like, neither person cares.
So look, this is one of those things where, like I said, we kind of want to do like a soft reboot with this show and kind of like refresh everyone on the kind of things that we touch on this show. So I kind of have a list here. I don't want to sit here and go down the list because that's boring. But one of the things that we kind of pride ourselves on this show is that we are non-tribalistic. We enjoy wrestling, okay? Whether it's coming from here, Japan, or anywhere else. Like, if you show me a good wrestling match, I'm going to enjoy it. Like, I don't care what promotion it's from, who it is, blah, blah, blah. If something sucks, it sucks. If something's cool, it's cool. But, like, I'm not carrying a flag for any of these companies, bro. Like, I'm not sitting here defending all WWE stuff. I'm not sitting here defending all AEW stuff, GCW stuff, FCW stuff, whatever. Like,
good, it's good.
We're about the wrestling and about the entertainment and the wrestlers. So that's one of those things we kind of pride ourselves on. Like, there's good and there's bad, and it's everywhere. So you got to keep that perspective, bro. This whole thing where people are happy that AEW has lost some attendance and that the ratings, thank God that they've moved to Max. And that Raw's on Netflix now. So we haven't heard a lot of this ratings shit anymore. Because it's like, what does ratings have to do with like the enjoyment of the show? Because the last few Dynamites, the last few months have been fire. I think last week was a little weak. But like the past few weeks, like the episodes have been fire.
And that's what's going to happen though. Sometimes it's going to be good. Sometimes it's going to be bad. Like Pat actually said it best. When you're doing this twice a week, for 52 weeks in a year, you're not going to hit a home run every week. It's just not.
And it's like the people who say, "Oh, it's like sports, and you cheer for your team, and you're tribalistic for your team." It's like, yeah, but it's all one thing. There's not 3 different basketball leagues that I'm watching and trying to like root for one. It's wrestling. Wrestling is all one thing. Like, and it's everywhere. So if you don't like this, don't watch. Why are you hate watching shit? Like, that's what I don't understand. Like, these people, I go on Twitter, and again, their opinions don't matter, but I'm on Twitter, and because I like to see what's going on. And the people who watch WWE or watch AEW and just go, "Oh, look at this sucks. What the fuck are they doing?" It's like, why are you watching? Don't watch it. The best thing for you to do is to not watch it. That's the best thing for you to do.
Or you just have unrealistic expectations for one over the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's weird. It's weird behavior.
So again, that's one of those things that we kind of pride ourselves on, bro. Wrestling is for everybody. The IWC, in some way, shape, or form, it needs to be like cult. And we need to figure something out with the IWC, because the problem with that too is that the people who have those like negative opinions, they're trying to get clicks. So
yeah, of course.
They're trying to lead people to their YouTube channel. They're trying to lead people to their Twitter page so they can get the clicks, so that they can get, the monetization. And again, I get it. I get everybody trying to get on their hustle and all that, but bro, it's so toxic. It's so toxic. Like, it doesn't do wrestling any good to have people like that and to have that like kind of thing going. So you're not going to find that on the show. We're not going to sit here and wave flags for anybody or, trying to denigrate anybody. It's just like, we have opinions. They are what they are. They may be right. They may be wrong, but there are opinions and that's what they are. So
that's the glory of having.
Yeah, for real. And this show's fun at the end of the day. We just like to talk about wrestling. That's all it is.
Yep.
I enjoy talking about it. I enjoy watching it. So that's why we're here, folks.
Yeah, we got it tonight. So
we got a pay-per-view tonight. I have no idea who's wrestling besides John Cena and Randy Orton. I'm going to actually look that up now and see if I can find the card real quick.
The match I'm looking forward to, but I'm very biased, is Gunther and McAfee. I can see people like, yo, Gunther was just champion. But people forget Pat's had good matches.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as he wins.
It's Backlash, right?
Yep. Lyra's
I typed in Payback.
Yeah, Lyra's defending against Becky Lynch. Penta and Dom. The Fatal 4-Way should be dope. Jacob Fatu's defending against LA Knight, Drew McIntyre, and Damian Priest.
I like the way. I will say one thing about that. I like the way they're presenting him. Like, I like that. I think it was two. I think it was like, was it last week where LA Knight was out there and he was out there with who was it that he was wrestling? He was wrestling
Damian Priest.
Right. And then Jacob Fatu just came out and fucking destroyed everybody and just all three of them. He just fucking destroyed everybody.
Speaking of Damian Priest, did you hear he's going into like the Bronx Hall of Fame?
Oh, that's cool.
And he's getting a street named after him.
We all salute our bisexual Undertaker.
Hey, we all know Priest is your boy.
All rise for the bisexual Undertaker.
I think it'll be a decent show. I think the only thing that's going to make Randy and John truthfully good, because
is that it? 4 matches?
No, there's 5.
I just pulled it up and it's 4 matches. It shows 4 matches only.
You got Cena
the Undisputed Championship, the Women's Intercontinental, the Fatal 4-Way, and the Intercontinental title match. That's all I see here.
Pat McAfee and Gunther.
Ah, okay. Damn, so a 5-match card. No, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's just the thing like we said, when we talk about the things we like, we don't like. AEW, you put too much into one. And it's
but this is weird. It's literally like...
It's 5 matches, but there's going to be 15 minutes in between each.
Oh, no, yeah. They'll stretch it out for 3 hours for sure. That's one of those things I really find annoying. But
like
again...
we said, I think we agreed, right? We said like 7's the perfect number.
Depending on how long the matches are. I think 6 to 7 is probably for the best.
Yeah, because that's the thing. We always do this. WWE's too long in between. AEW's has too many with too long of matches.
Yeah.
And it's like...
And the thing, too, with AEW, it's like they fucking keep it moving, bro. It's like match. There's no like, hey, let's play like a 1 to 2 minute video package so you could go take a piss or...
Yeah, no. Hey, Tony's like...
bro, match over, next match.
Tony's like... Say Mercedes go through and Adam Cole's up next. Right when she goes through the current, play Adam's music.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. Did you see I didn't want to call Tony a crackhead or anything because that's not cool. But did you see the Javon Ricochet exchanges
and then
that they were
took
doing
that shit down immediately. Shawn Michaels made that
the quickness.
Shawn Michaels made that full. See, Ricochet was saying,
hold up, but why would Shawn Michaels tell him to take that shit down? Like, why? For what purpose?
I don't know, because low key they be.
Why would he tell him to take it down? Like, that's one thing I don't get. Maybe he took it down because maybe he has like a PR. Maybe like the PR person was like, "Yo, this is not a good look." Like,
I think that's what it is, professionalism.
Yeah, because maybe that, but I don't think Shawn Michaels is gonna asshole is not gonna tell him to take that down.
Hey, because real quick though, Javon Evans low key fried Ricochet there for a little bit.
No, he torched him. Ricochet had. He had no leg to stand on with it.
Like, Ricochet is funny on Twitter, like his new heel thing and just being like a dick on Twitter is funny to me. Sometimes he's a little obnoxious and annoying, but I think that's also the point. And,
no, I love his new persona. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I love the heel Ricochet. To me, it's just dope. The the Twitter thing. I don't know, bro. He kind of got a little fright, but I did see one post where they kind of made a point. Like it was like, Javon Evans said something about, you haven't won anything yet, and you're wrestling in front of 2,000 people. And somebody posted like all of Ricochet's accomplishments in a Twitter thread, and I was like, God damn! Like Dragon Gate champion, Evolve champion, like Super Junior heavyweight. Like there's
the
bro.
only thing I don't like that he did online is because we can all sit here and agree he's not the greatest pro. He's not bad. Like I'm not going to say dog shit, but
He's better
there's
than me.
There's people a lot better than him, right? I think we can agree there.
Yeah.
And once again, when you're in WWE, that's the thing. Like that's the thing. But he was mad successful there. He was an IC champ, a US champ, NXT. Yeah. Like he had a bunch of titles. He was always in the big shows. Like, and it's weird because he like dogs them online. But it's like, bro, like you were on at least half of the pay-per-views a year. You were always on Mania, I think, for the most part. Like all the Money in the Bank ladder matches because you're the spot guy. Obviously, that's what he was. But so it's weird that he low key like dogs on him a lot. That's the only thing. Like I could see if like say Shayna goes there, and she did that. Like, all right, hey, I get it, man. Because after that NXT run, they really didn't do a goddamn thing with you.
Yeah.
Like that would make sense. But like someone Ricochet who was
they threw her in all these random tag teams, and then just
and then the Ronda Rousey thing.
They had that one shot with her to put the belt on her, and I think when she was
it's when she first debuted on the roster, and then she bit. Remember,
Vince had her did the vampire thing. Like that was a Vince thing.
Yeah, like, she should have beaten Becky at that Mania.
But it was shocking. Like that shit was shocking. So I kind of understand the mentality of like why he did that or came up with that.
Yeah, do you remember too that then she went in the chamber and eliminated everyone?
Yeah. Like,
so it was weird. Vince was so behind her, but then at Mania, I don't know if it's because they weren't in front of a crowd because that was the COVID year. Like Becky winning was just utterly shocking. Like that was a no shit because I thought Shayna was taking it. Then they had the other opportunity. It was a god awful match, but she beat Ronda. Remember, she made Ronda tap out at that one SummerSlam. Right. Yeah. You could have easily hopped on, and it's weird because I think she's always been over. It's not like she came out to crickets every time.
Yeah.
So when
Shayna Baszler comes out, people are ready to see some shit.
Triple H booked her crazy in that NXT.
Yeah.
So you thought like, oh, she's at least going to get title matches.
I mean, I'm pretty sure she had the second longest women's title run aside from Asuka. Asuka went the whole year undefeated.
Yeah, I think it was.
Asuka went the whole year. Actually, she didn't go the whole year undefeated. The bitch got promoted to the main roster undefeated. So
turned it in,
yeah.
So it's weird that like she, and then I don't know if it was the age thing, but it's also weird to do the age thing because, like we just said, all 5 dudes in the 2 nights of Mania. Man,
I would love to see Shayna. I would love to see Shayna in AEW, but I don't know if, like, a lot of people were saying she should join the Death Riders. Why? You're not even using Marina right within Death Riders. Like, why would you add Shayna if you're not even using Marina right? Like, why isn't Marina going after one of those titles if she's in the Death Riders? Like, I don't get that shit.
It sounds hypocritical, but if you're not going to bring her in and book her like NXT Shayna, like, what are you doing with it?
Yeah, leave her alone, bro. Let her go do her thing in Bloodsport, or if she wants to go back to MMA or do something, bro.
I could see her since she's older, not wanting to be like tied down to something either.
Yeah.
You know?
But that's a good thing with AEW. They have a softer schedule. You know, you can still make a shitload of money. They have a softer schedule, and she's not going to have to be on TV every week.
Because you got to think when you're that. I'm saying that old, but she's not old. But.
I'm sorry. I want her in AEW.
Yeah.
If there's one person,
what I'm saying is, I don't think she wants to go somewhere and sign a 3-year deal.
Yeah.
I could see like a 1 year, maybe 2.
But this is one of those things too. This is one of those things too, where like if you made Ring of Honor its own fucking thing, you could have her go to Ring of Honor, dethrone Athena, take the belt off of her, move Athena to the main roster, and then you can have Shayna go on a fucking crazy run in Ring of Honor, break everybody's arm, break everybody's ankle, get over, then move her over to 8. Like this, it like I don't understand why it makes sense to me in my head, but we don't see it like happen. I don't understand.
Weirdos.
I don't get it, bro. Maybe we should start a wrestling promotion, bro. We're gonna start the WIT.
Yeah, the WIT.
WIT World Championship.
Yep, we're gonna be over, and then
Fuck.
But yeah, no,
So annoying, bro.
It's been great to be back.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Very much enjoyed.
We didn't want to.
Almost game time.
Oh yeah, it's 2:42. You see, that's what happens on the show. You start talking shit, and
for the ones who've been watching for a while knows we can go on some rants.
For sure.
We've had some lengthy shows, but I think for today, unless you have anything else you want to discuss.
Nah, man. This was it was just kind of good to get back into form.
It was a good jump back in.
Yeah, for sure. Get back into talking form, get everything resettled in. We'll get a schedule going, and then we'll figure out how we're gonna kind of continue to make this happen.
Yeah, you know what it was? Lou and I were full time for like 2+ years. Now we're on that Roman Reigns schedule. You get us.
Yeah, man. Listen, part timers, bro.
Yeah,
part timers. Got shit to do, man. I'm on that John Cena. I got 10 appearances.
Hey, we're here to ruin wrestling podcasts.
That's right. That's exactly what we're here to do. So my nerves are shot because now I have to watch the Knicks play. And they're going to give me a heart attack for the whole game. They're going to go down by 20. Then they're going to make their way back. And then it's going to go down to the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. And they may or may not win.
But if they lose, just know you're still up 2-1.
This is what it is to watch the Knicks, bro. You can't just watch a blowout. You can't just watch fundamental basketball and your team blows another team out and you can just enjoy it. No. You got to go up by 10, go down by 20, come back and be down by 7, go back down by 12. And then it's so annoying, dude.
And then Jalen
so annoying.
Hey,
hopefully the Celtics decide to shoot 75 threes today.
And miss 85 of them.
And make none of them. And
so, I'm a person. It probably sounds dumb, but I don't talk shit in basketball until the series ends.
Yeah.
Because I believe I'm one of those weirdos. But the meme, you shared it and a few of my other Knicks friends with the Tims on the Celtics logo.
When I posted that, I was like, I should have waited until the series was over to post that.
But
that would have been a good thing to post at the end. If the Celtics
come back and win, I got a pretty funny thing I'll drop on social media.
Nice. I was like, and the thing is, I'm not a trash talker. I don't like talking trash. I don't like talking trash to my friends or none of that. Like, I don't enjoy it because when my team loses, then I feel like an asshole. So I don't like to talk trash. So
my thing is
stuff like that. It's always in jest. I don't direct it to anyone. I just post it on my page just for fun. But I was like, yeah, I probably should have held on to that one.
I'll talk shit depending who they're facing. Like, it's weird. New York and Boston's always a rivalry, but I've never hated the Knicks. Like, I don't know, I'm weird. I've always since I've been watching, at least, you know what I mean. Like, I've never hated. Like, I'd rather lose to you guys than the fucking Cats.
Yeah, but that's the thing too. I don't understand. Like, people hate the Knicks. Why? Why do y'all hate the Knicks? We've sucked for 25 years.
I think here's the thing. I think people hate Knicks fans, but I think you guys are hysterical.
Some of us are hysterical. Some people are. Now it's to the point where every time the Knicks do something, somebody wants to turn a camera on and try to go viral.
Yeah,
as a Knicks fan, so you're getting a lot of that bullshit now.
There's only one team I always want to see lose, and it's not because LeBron's there. It's just the Lakers. Because to me, as a Celtics fan, our true rival is the Lakers.
The only teams I really hate are the Heat because I'm here in Miami.
Yeah, that's
and
fair.
when the Heat and the Knicks had a pretty storied rivalry, for many, many years.
Yeah.
But when they got LeBron, I had to sit here and deal with all that bullshit. And every time the Knicks came down here, it was like I had to hear it from all my friends. They love talking shit. They love it. And I don't like talking shit. So imagine. I'm like, yeah, of course you won. You have LeBron James and Dwayne Wade on your team. You should be winning.
You should.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. So who else? Who's the other teams? You said Miami?
Oh, I don't like the Heat. Honestly, bro, I don't really hate any other teams, bro. Wait. I'm trying to think of. I don't like Draymond Green, but I don't have an issue with the Warriors.
Yeah.
I don't like that dirty shit. I don't really hate any other teams, bro. Like, even Boston. Like, I don't hate Boston. I'm not going to cheer for Boston, but I don't hate them. I can't really think of a team that I hate that's a rival for the Knicks. Oh, the Pacers. Fuck the Pacers. I hate the Pacers.
Okay. Oh wait, have you been? Wait, real quick, then we can go. Do you remember when Jalen Brunson and Tyrese got face to face in the ring?
Yeah.
And someone's like Adam Sandler saw this clip and made the call. So it's Knicks and Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, that's gonna be hilarious if they end up getting into the Eastern Conference Finals, bro.
You know how many memes there'll be about that?
Let me tell you something, bro. The Pacers.
Hey, I said from the get-go, man. The Cavs are good, but like I don't know, maybe because he's involved in wrestling so much and he's always on pat. I like Tyrese Halliburton personally.
Oh, I ain't going that far, but I will give them the credit that they are very talented. I'm an Obi Toppin guy. I love Obi Toppin. I was very mad when we lost him.
Yeah.
So,
but when Tyrese did the hold my nuts thing.
Yeah, I hate the Pacers, but I'm an Obi Toppin fan. I will say that. So I do like him.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Next time we record, the series should be over. So one of us will be happy.
Oh yeah, for sure. Next time, well, we'll see. Hopefully the series is over the next time we record, because that would mean that we brought the brooms out.
Nah, see,
the Celtics get swept, bro. That would be like I don't know. I don't even know.
Part of me. This is my last thing. Part of me would be very pissed. It's like, what the fuck? Then it's like, well, we did just win last year. But sometimes, like,
you don't want your team to go out like that on a sweep.
No, so I said for the season to be a success, they have to at least make it to a competitive Eastern Conference Finals.
I'll be honest with you, the way they started the season, they won it last year, right? The Celtics won it last year, right?
Yeah.
They'd have to go to the finals. They have to go to the finals.
That's what I'm saying. You got to make it far.
Because I'm going to tell you something. OKC, they're winning the whole thing.
See, no, I don't think so. I think I have a hot take. I think any of the Eastern Conference teams can beat them because OKC's got no experience. They're all young.
They're good, though, man. They're so fucking good, bro. I don't know.
Oh, no, you're not wrong.
I feel like OKC would win. I look at OKC play and I look at my team play. I feel like I'm watching two different things. Like I'm watching like AAA and watching, the major leagues.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But
I think. But Nick Anicelli, Twitter, Instagram. Follow us on Twitter at wrestlingistrash. Follow us on YouTube, most importantly, at Wrestling is Trash. And bid you all a great weekend. That's all I got.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of episode 188 of Wrestling is Trash. I am Lou from the BX. You can follow me on Instagram at that name, although I probably will not follow you back because I don't follow anybody on my personal page. But you can follow Wrestling is Trash on the Instagram page, and you can also follow the YouTube page for Wrestling is Trash, where this video will be uploaded to very shortly. So thank you guys for joining us once again on another episode. We appreciate you. We love you. We will continue to make strides to come back and do our thing. And ladies and gentlemen, as usual, enjoy wrestling. Yeah.
Right on the money.
Damn.